when you get to be free, you don't need to defend yourself. You know, you just have this knowing, like, next question, there's no anxiety about it, and there was no, I don't care if millions of people are watching, it doesn't make any difference. I'm not attached to any of that. It's like, I know that I don't get those things, and it's fine if you don't believe it. You don't have to. I'm not living my life for that reason. It's like being self-referred rather than object-referred, and I can do the same thing even with criticism. There was, you know, I now get letters, when I get letters of criticism, which everyone does, and I even tell my own children over and over again when they worry about their reputation or what I say, forget your reputation, it's not located in you. You go out and give a talk to 1,000 people, you leave, you have 1,000 reputations. What am I going to do, follow every one of you home? Did you like me? Did you think I was all right? What did you think? They did it, Sam. I think great. So I'm not sometimes the guy, he's got more hair than Bernie, so I'm going to say, well, maybe he favors you. You can't be consumed with that. I say the only thing I tell my children is, forget about your reputation because it's not located in you. And if it's not located in you, let it go. Don't be attached to that. But you can be concerned with your character, who you are, and just be that, and get your life on purpose. Now, I must say to you very frankly that I wasn't always this way, particularly about criticism. Not when I get letters of criticism from people. I send them a report, another one, or flowers. I just don't find myself needing to defend myself. I didn't always do that for 10 years, but after I wrote Erroneous, I wasn't pulling your own strings. 10 years I used to have a form letter that I would send to anybody who wrote me a nasty letter. Then I would just sign my name at the bottom. I got it from H.L. Mencken. He was a great satirist of the early part of this century, and he had this wonderful, and I thought, what a great idea. So I would write this letter. It said, I am sitting here in the smallest room in my house with your letter in front of me. Soon that will be behind me. And then I would sign my name. So I must not still be in the place I'd like to be because I still find that kind of funny, But I stopped doing that a few years back. So this surrendering process is really just crucial. What I'm going to ask you to do, I am in the process now of putting together in my own mind ideas for something I'll probably write a year or two from now. And I want to share it with you here this evening. I haven't shared it too much in public since I'm working on it in my own life, and it's this, like, if you really want miracles to show up in your life, you have to be able to do these 3 things right. I'm going to just there will be 3, but I'll probably get to the third one 2 minutes before I finish. But it's okay, because the first one is, there is the toughest for people, and I'll get to that in a moment. This 3-part sort of paradigm is what I think of as the secret formula to manifesting miracles in our lives. I began to write about miracles, not because I thought it was time to write another book, but because I couldn't stop myself from doing it. It's the only thing. Real magic is the only thing that I've ever written that I don't take credit for, that I really feel was written through me. I was a messenger in this case. It was, and so as I talk about it around the world now, about this business of being able to create something for yourself, that is truly miraculous. What I'd like you to do is to just get a picture in your own mind of what it is that would constitute a miracle for you. Something that you may have walked in here today not believing was possible for you to do. Or, in order for it to occur, it would require some kind of special divine intervention or some kind of luck or great happenstance. How could the cosmic dice all have to blow exactly right, perfectly, in order for it to occur? I'd like you to just be able to do this, to picture what that is. And it could be anything. There might be people in here. Most of us, when we finish today, will get up and walk out and go to our cars and drive home. There are some who will not walk out. There's some who've been in a wheelchair for the last whatever, and to just stand and walk would indeed constitute a miracle. So your miracle may not be somebody else's. For some it may be an enormous healing to be able to rid ourselves of something that we have believed was not possible. Certainly after hearing Bernie Siegel, you would begin to doubt whether or not there was anything that was impossible in the way of healing. In touring with Australia, I spent the last 11 or 12 days with DEEPAK, Chopra, and Stewart, while the 3 of us toured. And DEEPAK's message, he and I have teamed up on some tapes, done some writing projects, and so on, gives us an indication that within each one of us is an enormous power. I'll be talking about that shortly. And your miracle might involve something to do with our relationships, manifesting prosperity, getting the right job, losing the one you've got, getting the right partner, getting rid of the one you have, moving, raising your talent level, getting the right connection maybe to sort of get a picture. And the first of these three things for this paradigm for miracle making I call banish the doubt. That's Roman numeral 1. Even if you're not writing, you're listening on tape. Banish the doubt. Most of us have been raised in doubt. Most of us have been raised to believe in what we can accomplish. In order to be able to get to the stage of creating for ourselves this area that I call real magic, you have to get rid of the doubt that it's possible for you. And this I spend the most time on because it is the most difficult for us. Because we somehow haven't got within us this knowing that we are divine, that we are capable, and that we can create for ourselves virtually anything that we want to. You see, there's two parts to this physical journey. Obviously, there's the physical part, which was handled for you in an instant. You know, in 1 split second, 1 microsecond, 1 drop of human protoplasm collided with another. And everything you needed for this physical journey was handed to you. It's just like, and there you are, out of something, out of nothingness. Your life is what I call a parenthesis in eternity. It opens parenthesis at the instant of your conception, and it closes parenthesis at your death, and it's surrounded by eternity. When your life opens parentheses, everything that you needed in that tiny little microsecond was handled for you. And then there's the part of you that has been watching this whole journey. There's the I heard someone saying in an airport the other day that someone bumped up to them, and he said, "Watch out, that's my arm here, Pompey." And I stopped to think about that, and I wondered now, whose arm is that, really? I mean, if you say, "This is my body," whose body is it? I mean, are you your body, or are you the owner of this body? Were you the observer of this body? There's this guy's like, I have the sentence. I was saying to myself, well, there's two people in that sentence. There's the I who is saying, and then there's the physical who is the self. So I am speaking here today in terms of creating miracles about the I, the owner, the observer, that invisibleness that is inside this physical package, this ghost in the machine that you can never escape. You see, when the moment before you die, you close parentheses. If they were to just like come in and bring in a big scale, like this cosmic scale, you don't put everybody on it just before. They then weigh you, you know. And then an instant after you die, then they weigh you again. Now here's you when you're alive, and it weighs 150 pounds. And here's you when you're gone, and it weighs, say, always 150 pounds. But it's not you. I mean, it's just something that they're going to burn or they're going to bury. It's going to be worm food. I mean, they wouldn't treat you that way. They wouldn't burn you.